Hey guys, did you guys know? You guys probably all heard about how Andrew Coma, um, Coma. You take the U out, it's Coma, Como, whatever. Um, did you realize that he actually put a big, huge smackdown on all his residents and all the citizens of or residents of New York? Basically said if you leave, you need to quarantine, or if you come into New York, you need to quarantine for 14 days. Period. If you don't do it, we will forcefully arrest you, make you do it. You had better get on board with quarantining, because if you come in here, we've done an amazing job killing people, and we don't want to kill any. We've killed all the amount of people we want to kill now. We don't want to kill any more people. So if you come into New York, you have got to quarantine. You've got to quarantine. And if you don't, we'll forcefully do it to you. This is the gist of what Como said the last couple weeks to a month, right? He's been pushing this whole, you come in, we're gonna lock you down, you're gonna get quarantined. Except if you, with an exception, if you are a rock star, right? If you're a rock star and you come in to New York, well, then Andrew Cuomo is going to give you a pass. Because again, this is another example of rules for thee, but not for me. Rules for you little peasants, but us elites, us celebrities, us special privileged people, we gotta live by a different set of rules, right? We saw this with Kate Brown when she told everyone you have to wear a mask when you're outside, and then she was caught outside and not wearing a mask, right? We saw this with Lightfoot that said protests are great, but you can't protest on my street, right? Examples could go on and on and on and on and on, right? But again, here's another little example from this old school mafia douche, Andrew Como, who said he allows rock stars to bypass New York quarantine and attend the VMAs, because the VMAs, the Video Music Awards, are very important to this essential environment of workers and propaganda that we are pushing right now. The VMAs are going to bring a lot of attention to the left agenda, and I bet you a ton of those people are going to be up there giving their political speeches, praising old Sleepy Joe, praising the left and the progressives and the Black Lives Matter Marxist organization. Going to be praising all of this agenda that we really need to push and we really need to get behind, and we really want to amplify. So if you're part of that crew and you have a voice, and we know you're going to speak the right message to the people that we want them to hear, then we're going to allow you to come in and not have to quarantine. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is allowing rock stars to bypass the state's mandatory 14-day quarantine so that they can perform at the MTV Video Music Awards, one of the music industry's biggest nights that is set to take place August 30th, according to a report from the New York Post. The Post said that the state's Department of Health has granted the VMAs a semi-exemption to the quarantine rule. Musicians can participate in the production of the show, a spokesperson woman for Cuomo told the newspaper, but they will not. But they will only interact with other members of the cast and crew and will quarantine when not working. She said the VMA agreed to police itself with rigorous safety protocols, including testing and screening and compliance checks by all the special compliance officers. And you're telling me the mask and all these other things aren't about ultimately compliance? People out there like, it's not about compliance. It's not about programming people. There's compliance officers. Are you in compliance with our rules that we're putting on you? This year's VMAs will be at New York's first major awards show since the outbreak of the Chinese coronavirus. The ceremony is expected to be audienceless, with artists performing at venues throughout the city. Among the stars expected to attend are Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, the Black Eyed Peas, and the presidential candidate Kanye West. Anyways, that's about all we have to read about that to get the idea of what the whole shit show of that, right? Again, it's rules for us peasants, not for the privileged crowd, not for the truly privileged crowd, right? All those truly privileged crowds, they got to do what they want to. They rub shoulders with this, multimillionaire Cuomo and all these other people and all these other big wigs and the Kate Browns of the world and the Beetlejuice, Love Child, Lightfoot of the world, all these people, they get to, they get to do what they want to. But you and I, it's a different story for us. It's a different story for us. So anyways, if you like this video, please share it. If you dislike it, hit the dislike twice so I really get the point that you don't like it. Dislike it twice, then it really drives it home you hate it. And make sure that you you hit the bell notification if this is your first time watching one of my videos and you want to subscribe to an awesome channel like SJG Perspective. Until next time, it is SJG Perspective, and we will talk to you when we see you next, or when you see me next and you hear me talking. See you later. Bye. Without fear or animus, it's SJG Perspective.